If you're watching this, congratulations. You've made it to the show. You are alive for the most significant shift in the known history of humanity.
Uploading.
Hey everyone, Brian Britnell here. Wow, I don't think we truly appreciate what we're living through right now. Let me break it down for you and we'll let it sink in for a moment or two. So basically, we've just lived through a major global pandemic orchestrated by... Next, we have a significant international conflict between two superpowers being played out in Ukraine right now. Each day as this war rages on, it brings us closer to a potentially larger conflict that could involve catastrophic consequences for humanity. Now, on the technology side, we are already in a new era. As Bill Gates put it, we're now in the era of AI. Now, each and every day we hear about this technology doing something new and doing it much better and quicker than us humans can. Financially and economically, well, in the West, we've printed more money than ever before. And the world's largest economy is going to be in for some big pain. Not to mention some of the disruptive financial technologies that are out there, like cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, blockchain, and CBDCs, and the roles that they're going to be playing in this scenario. And I'm not even going to mention the things that we aren't really talking about too much these days, like the gene editing technology, the nanotechnology, or quantum computing technology that's out there, and also whatever DARPA has locked up in its coffers. So man, it's a lot. We're experiencing centuries worth of change that can be counted in mere months. Now, it would be like our great-grandparents going from horses to the invention of cars, to planes, to rockets, to being able to buy pet food from this magic box on your desk and having it delivered to your house in hours. All within the span of a few years. But this isn't actually what I want to be talking about today. Now, there's enough talking heads out there blabbing about this throughout the social media sphere that I really don't have anything new or interesting to add to this conversation. The what the hell is going on that I'm going to be discussing today is in reference to something on a much deeper, or rather I should say expansive level, the spiritual level. So grab your tinfoil hats, we're going to be diving in. So look, this isn't 1998 anymore, it's not 2010, it's 2023. Now we can have these adult, adept level conversations in a rather casual, nonchalant way. It's much more socially acceptable to be talking about these things. Not that I ever cared, but our collective consciousness has been exposed, even bombarded with these ideas for the last decade or so. So much of it isn't shocking anymore. The physical reality as we know it, it's just a small sliver of what's out there. We only experience a tiny portion of it, a tiny portion of the everything, 5% to be exact. Now this 5% includes all matter. You know, stars, planet, waters, pandas, and even the things that we need super advanced technology to experience, like X-rays and gamma rays and all that stuff. Now the rest, the other 95%, is made up of dark energy and dark matter. Now these are only theoretical concepts based on indirect observations, simulations, and mathematical equations. It's my belief that this 95% is the quote-unquote other side, the spiritual plane, the collective subconscious, the astral plane, or whatever you want to call it, and all its various levels. Now, at the end of the day, no matter how you slice it, the way each of us views this reality, existence, and life, whether you lean towards the scientific or you lean towards the spiritual, and I'm actually not putting these two things on opposite sides of a spectrum, whichever one category you fall into, whether you like it or not, it's based on a belief. Now that dirty B word plays a large role in how we interpret the universe, and I think it plays a larger role than most of us would care to admit. So when we add the 5% to the 95%, we get 100%, which, if my math is correct, carry the 1, yeah, it equals everything. Or rather, as I believe, it equals the all, or the supreme. Now, I'm not going to use the term God for this because God is such a loaded term. It's political, it's racial, it's earth-centric, and human-centric, of course. It's a very limited word to describe something that is beyond our childish, egoic view of existence. So everything is part of the all, or the supreme. The Supreme is a unified entity that encompasses all things. Now, the self is part of everything. Therefore, the self is connected to the Supreme, or the all, as part of a larger whole. Or as I like to say, all is self. Now, maybe this is too big of a jump to make with my limited, tiny brain explanation of things, but it's the basis of my belief structure. So what does this have to do with what's going on? Well, we're in the process of growing up. We're being forced to put our childish ways behind us and graduate into adulthood or adulthood. We're being forced to put away our limited beliefs regarding division and separation, come into an expansive awareness of unity and wholeness. Everything, all of us, come from the same source. You travel all the way back through time. We all originate from the same place. We are all connected. It's the separation that's the illusion. Now, for some of us, myself included, we're done with these games of separation and division, which, by the way, can go on infinitely. You can keep dividing things again and again and again and again, and so what? What more do you have to learn by becoming more divided? The lessons of division only end when you're ready for them to end. Now, this is a choice that we face. We can grow up and become adults here, or we can keep fighting like little children in the sandbox of Earth over stupid toys that are actually infinitely abundant. Now, I'll even be so bold to take this to the next level. I'll say that there are no enemies out there. They're only versions of you experiencing this reality through different set of parameters. Even those Illuminati lizard people from the Draco Andromeda Big Dipper star system in the Hollow Earth, they're just different versions of me, you, us, all of us, all. As supreme beings, we have this amazing ability to be able to fuck things up so much that only a supreme being would be able to unfuck it. And in truth, it wouldn't even be a fuck up. It would be just another set of experiences that the Supreme has experienced as you or me, which is us, right? So in conclusion, do you want to fix what's going on here? Do you want to fix the world? Do you want to fix yourself? Well, let's be frank, fix isn't the appropriate word to use, because nothing's actually broken. The world isn't broken, and you're not broken. Really, it's all about experience and preferences. If you're ready to experience a more expansive and dynamic and fulfilling reality, then you have to make these changes within you first and foremost. That's the only way out of this mess. You change yourself first, and you change the universe. The more of us who change ourselves, the greater the collective experience becomes. But make no mistake, the collective experience cannot change and will not be changed before you change yourself, period. And that's the burden of being a supreme. So thank you so much for sticking around and watching this whole video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.